Do you know what really makes us look older than we are? It's not the little lines around our eyes, it's not the silver in our hair, and it's not even our weight. The fastest way to age yourself is actually the blouse you put on every single day. Surprising, right? But think about it. A blouse sits right next to your face, it frames your shoulders, it shapes your posture, and it's the very first thing people notice when you walk into a room. The right blouse can light you up and make you look vibrant, while the wrong one can instantly add years. Have you ever wondered why some women in their 60s look so modern and elegant, while others seem stuck in the past? The secret usually isn't a trip to the salon, it's the blouse. In this conversation, I'm going to break down the most common blouse mistakes women over 60 make, show you how to fix them with easy solutions, share real-life examples you can relate to, and give you styling formulas that will help you feel confident and elegant every single day. So stay with me until the end, because with just a few small changes, you'll see yourself in a completely new light. A blouse isn't just a top, it's the frame around your face, your shoulders, and your entire presence. Have you ever noticed that just by swapping one blouse for another, maybe with a different neckline or a different color, your face suddenly looks brighter, your eyes sparkle, and you look 5 years younger in an instant? I still remember one reunion with old friends. I chose a shiny black, high-neck blouse, thinking the dark color would slim me down and hide imperfections. But as soon as I walked into the room, people asked, "Are you tired? You don't look like yourself today." The next day, I tried on a teal silk blouse with a soft V neckline. Same lighting, same face, but everyone kept saying, "Wow, you look so fresh." That's the power of a blouse, it can completely shift the way people see you. And it's not just about how others see you, it's about how you feel. A study from the University of Hertfordshire found that when people wear clothes that make them feel attractive, the brain releases positive signals. You stand taller, your smile feels more natural, and even your eye contact changes. In other words, your blouse isn't just fabric, it's psychology in motion. Tell me, do you agree that the older we get, the more we need confidence that comes from the inside, not just from following trends? Think back to a day when you wore a blouse that dragged your mood down. Was it too baggy? Was the color draining your skin tone? We've all been there. A blouse can even change your posture. When I wear a blouse with an open V-neck, my neck looks longer, and I automatically lift my chin and pull my shoulders back. But in a high-neck blouse, I catch myself slouching, shoulders rounded, looking heavier than I really am. Try it yourself in the mirror. You'll see how one neckline can completely change the way you carry yourself. According to research from the British Fashion Institute, about 68% of women over 55 say they pick blouses mainly for comfort, not for shape. But here's the twist, 72% admit they feel more confident in blouses that fit well, with a little structure at the neckline or waist. That tells us something important. What we really want is both comfort and confidence. Here's a little challenge for you. Tomorrow, pull out 2 blouses from your closet. One you've worn for years because it feels safe, and another that's newer, maybe with a better fit or in a color that lights up your skin. Put each one on, take a quick photo, and compare. I promise you'll notice a real difference. So, let's be clear. A blouse is more than just clothing, it's a psychological tool. It affects your confidence, your posture, and the way you shine in front of others. Once you understand that, it's easy to see why choosing the right blouse is one of the smartest, simplest ways to look and feel like your best self. And with that in mind, let's move on to the next step. The blouse mistakes so many women over 60 are making without even realizing it. Mistakes that quietly make us look older, less vibrant, and less confident than we truly are. The first mistake I see so many women making is going for blouses that are way too oversized. We often tell ourselves that looser equals more comfortable, that it hides the parts we don't want to show, but in reality those oversized cuts actually swallow our shape, drag our posture down, and make us look heavier than we really are. I remember trying on a long linen tunic that hit past my hips, paired with wide leg pants, and honestly I looked like I was drowning in fabric. Have you ever had that moment, looking in the mirror and feeling like your clothes were wearing you instead of the other way around? The fix is simple. Look for blouses that skim the body, not swallow it. Add a half tuck in the front to define your waist, or throw on a lightweight blazer to create structure. According to a survey from AARP, 61% of women over 60 admitted they felt older than they are when wearing clothes that were too boxy or shapeless. It's not your body that's the problem, it's the cut of the blouse. Mistake number 2 is wearing overly busy prints. We've all bought a loud floral blouse thinking it looked fun and youthful, right? I had one covered in bright reds, purples, and yellows, and while it looked cheerful on the hanger, once I put it on my face seemed dull and tired. Have you ever noticed that, too, when a print takes all the attention and your face kind of disappears? Designers call this visual clutter. The eye doesn't know where to focus. The solution is to choose prints that are softer and more refined. Think polka dots, small florals, or vertical stripes. Stick to 2 or 3 colors max, and you'll look instantly more modern and polished. Mistake number 3 is the wrong neckline. High necklines like mock necks or buttoned-up collars can shorten your neck and make your shoulders look rounded. On the flip side, plunging necklines pull attention away from your face. Every time I wear a V-neck blouse, just deep enough to elongate my neck, people tell me I look younger and fresher. Have you tried that? Sometimes the simplest switch from a crew neck to a V-neck makes all the difference. Great options include V-necks, boat necks, scoop necks, or just leaving the top 1 or 2 buttons of your shirt undone. In fact, a survey by the British Fashion Council found that 74% of women over 55 felt more confident in a blouse with a V-neck compared to a high neck style. Mistake number 4 is clingy fabrics. We've all been there. You see a blouse on the rack that looks beautiful, but when you put it on, it hugs every little line and wrinkle you wish it wouldn't. I once bought a polyester jersey blouse, thinking it would be light and easy for summer, but it showed every bump and every bra strapline. The key is to choose fabrics that drape, not cling. Think silk, crepe, cotton sateen, or linen blends. One quick test? Hold the fabric up and let it drop. If it falls in a soft wave, it's going to flatter. If it collapses like plastic wrap, it's going to cling. Mistake number 5 is outdated details. Shoulder pads, shiny buttons, oversized bows. We all wore them in the 80s and 90s, but today they just look dated. I still have an old blouse with a giant bow at the neckline. It used to feel glamorous, but when I put it on now, my daughter told me I looked like I was in costume. Have you ever tried on something from your closet and thought, why does this feel so wrong now? The fix can be as easy as swapping buttons, removing shoulder pads, or rolling up sleeves. Even pairing a frillier blouse with sleek, modern trousers can instantly bring it into this decade. Mistake number 6 is wearing the wrong length. Too long, and your legs look short. Too short, and your torso looks boxy. At 5'2", I've learned that anything past my hips just overwhelms me. The sweet spot is usually mid-hip length. If your blouse runs long, try a half tuck or add a belt. Real Simple magazine reported that nearly 70% of women said they looked taller and leaner when they adjusted the length of their blouse with a simple tuck. And mistake number 7, the color. This one might be the most important. How many times have you worn a blouse in beige or gray and had someone ask if you were tired? That's not you, that's the color reflecting shadows onto your skin. I tested this myself. In a teal blouse, my eyes looked brighter and my skin glowed. In a brownish-gray blouse, I looked washed out. The rule of thumb is to lean toward soft neutrals like ivory, warm beige, or light gray instead of stark white or flat black. Jewel tones, emerald, sapphire, burgundy, look amazing, especially with silver or gray hair. And if you love pastels, go for the clear, fresh ones like sky blue or blush pink, not the muddy ones. Pantone research actually showed that 82% of middle-aged women felt more confident in jewel tones compared to muted browns and grays. So those are the 7 blouse mistakes I see most often, and more importantly, the fixes that can completely change the way you look and feel. Think about it for a moment. How many blouses in your closet right now might be working against you? And if tomorrow you chose one in the right cut, the right fabric, and the right color, don't you think people would notice the difference immediately? Let me share a few real stories, because sometimes the easiest way to understand the power of a blouse is to see it on women just like us. The first story is about Lan, 62 years old, petite at just over 5 feet tall. For years she wore loose tunics, believing they hid her figure. But in reality, those oversized tops swallowed her frame and made her look heavier. One day she tried on a crepe blouse with a soft V neckline and a slimmer cut. She added a light half tuck into her pants, and instantly she looked taller, her waistline appeared, and her friends asked if she had lost weight. She hadn't lost a single pound, it was just the blouse doing the work. Have you ever had that moment when one small change made you feel like you had gained a few inches in height? The second story is about 64, a retired doctor with gorgeous silver hair. She used to wear floral blouses with 6 or 7 loud colors, thinking they made her look lively. But she noticed her skin looked dull in photos, and people often told her she looked tired. When she switched to a solid teal silk blouse, everything changed. Her silver hair shimmered, her skin looked brighter, and her whole presence felt lighter. Pantone has actually reported that jewel tones like teal, emerald, and sapphire reflect cleaner light on mature skin, making the face look more radiant. Tu said, "I didn't change my hair or my makeup, I just changed my blouse, and suddenly I looked 10 years younger." Doesn't it make you wonder what would happen if you tried a jewel-tone blouse tomorrow? The last story is about Mai, 58, still working full-time in an office. She often wore thin jersey tops because they felt comfortable, but they clung to her body and revealed every bra line. During presentations, she found herself distracted, adjusting her blouse instead of focusing on her words. Then she invested in a cotton sateen blouse, with a smooth drape and just enough structure. The first day she wore it to a meeting, her colleagues didn't compliment the blouse, they complimented her confidence. She said, "I realized the right clothes don't just make you look better, they free your mind so you can focus on your real value." Isn't that the goal we all want, to have clothes that serve us, instead of us serving the clothes? These 3 stories prove that a blouse can either lift you up or hold you back. And it doesn't stop there. A Real Simple magazine survey showed that nearly 70% of women over 50 felt more confident at work when they wore structured, well-fitted blouses instead of clingy or oversized ones. So who do you see yourself in, Lan with her oversized tops, Tu with her busy floral prints, or Mai with her clingy fabrics? Once you figure out where you are, it becomes so much easier to see the path forward. And that brings us to the next step, the practical outfit formulas that make getting dressed not a chore, but a joy every single day. Let's talk about some easy blouse formulas you can start using tomorrow, no overthinking required. The first one I call Elegant Daily. Take a crisp ivory poplin blouse and pair it with navy straight crop pants. It's clean, it's polished, and it works for almost anything. I've worn this look to grab coffee in the morning and even to run errands, and more than once people have told me I look put together and younger. Do you already have a white poplin blouse sitting in your closet? If you do, try styling it this way and see how different it feels. Next up is Smart Lunch, the kind of outfit you wear to brunch with friends or a daytime family gathering. It's as simple as a teal silk blouse with a beige pencil skirt. The jewel tone against a soft neutral lights up your skin while keeping the whole look classy. Real Simple magazine found that 64% of women over 55 consider the pencil skirt a must-have because it instantly slims the figure. I still remember the first time I wore this combo to meet my old friends. Everyone kept asking if I had done something new to my skin. The truth? All I did was change my blouse. Have you ever tried mixing a jewel tone with a soft neutral like beige or ivory? For evenings, there's Evening Shine, a formula that makes you feel confident at dinners or special events. Picture a matte black crepe blouse with a soft V neckline, paired with high-waisted wide-leg trousers. Add pointed toe heels and a subtle metallic necklace, and suddenly the whole look feels refined without trying too hard. I wore this exact outfit to a birthday dinner, and a friend whispered that I looked taller than ever. Isn't it amazing how one blouse can transform your whole presence in just one night? And then there's Travel Light, perfect for trips and busy days on the go. Choose a linen blend blouse in a sandy beige, with side slits for easy movement. Pair it with tapered pants and clean white sneakers. It's practical, it's comfortable, and it still looks sharp in photos. According to an AARP survey, 57% of women over 60 said comfort is their top priority when traveling. But more than half of them also admitted they still want to look polished. That's exactly how I feel when I travel. I don't want to look sloppy in pictures. I want to look like myself, confident and fresh. What about you? Do you usually grab the loosest top in your suitcase, or would you like to try a linen blouse that feels just as easy but looks far more refined? And here's the golden rule across all 4 formulas. Your blouse should either be the hero piece or the supporting act, never both at once. If the blouse is bold, keep your pants and accessories simple. If the blouse is subtle, feel free to bring in a scarf, jewelry, or a statement bag for balance. That's how you keep everything looking modern and harmonious. So let me ask you, out of these 4 blouse formulas, which one sounds the most like your everyday life? Do you see yourself in the elegant daily, or are you tempted to try the evening shine for a little change? Because honestly, with just a few simple blouse formulas, getting dressed every day can shift from being a chore to being something you actually enjoy. When it comes to shopping for blouses after 50 or 60, the smartest thing you can do is start with your real lifestyle needs. Ask yourself, where do you actually wear blouses most often? Running errands, grabbing coffee, meeting friends, or going to more formal events? For me, I realized I wear them the most for community activities and casual get-togethers, so I focus on pieces that feel both comfortable and polished. What about you? Do you ever stop and think about where you'll really wear that blouse before you buy it? The next rule is simple. Fit matters more than trend. At this stage, we don't need to chase every new look. We need blouses that actually fit our shape. I once bought a trendy blouse on sale, only to find the sleeves were too long and the shoulders too wide. It looked sloppy until I took it to a tailor. After a few small alterations, it became one of my favorite go-to pieces. The Fashion Psychology Institute reports that women over 50 feel up to 40% more confident when wearing clothes that have been tailored to fit properly. So let me ask, do you usually get your clothes altered, or do they end up sitting in your closet untouched? Another key point is to stick to your personal color palette. I keep about 6 core shades in rotation: ivory, navy, teal, blush pink, soft beige, and matte black. That way, when I shop, I don't get distracted by trendy colors that don't flatter me. Everything in my closet works together, and getting dressed is so much easier. Do you have a set of go-to colors for yourself, or do you still shop by impulse? Then there's the 3 outfit rule. Before I buy a blouse, I always ask, can I wear this at least 3 different ways with pieces I already own? If the answer is no, I put it back. Real Simple magazine found that more than 65% of women over 50 waste money on clothes they rarely wear, just because they bought them on impulse. Have you ever stood in front of a closet full of clothes and thought, I have nothing to wear? Finally, build yourself a small capsule of 5 to 7 core blouses you can rotate. For example, 1 crisp ivory poplin shirt, 1 jewel-toned silk blouse, 1 linen blouse in a sandy neutral, 1 small print blouse on a dark background, and 1 matte black crepe blouse for evenings. With just those basics, you can create dozens of outfits without constantly shopping. I tried this approach myself, and it made my mornings so much easier. Would you be willing to try building your own capsule, so dressing well feels simple instead of overwhelming? When you shop this way, every blouse in your closet becomes more than just fabric. It becomes a tool that helps you feel confident, vibrant, and ready for whatever the day brings. A blouse isn't just fabric, it's a tool that shows the world your confidence, your presence, and your energy. After 60, this isn't the time to hide yourself. It's the golden stage to dress for you, to let your joy and elegance shine through every outfit. Let the blouse be the frame, but remember, the true masterpiece is you. And here's my challenge for you. Try just 1 or 2 small changes starting today. Maybe swap a high neckline for a flattering V-neck, or try a jewel tone like teal or burgundy instead of another dull neutral. Tomorrow, when you look in the mirror, You'll be surprised at how much younger and more vibrant you appear, just from that one change. But what we've covered here is only part of the journey. If you're truly serious about looking confident, youthful, and beautiful at 60 and beyond, then my next video, stop wearing these 5 colors after 60, healthy aging fashion secrets you must know is something you absolutely cannot miss. Click on it now, because it's the missing piece that will complete your healthy aging style transformation.